everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a January favourites, and this feels really strange because this is actually the first video that I ever filmed on my channel. Obviously I do a favourites video every month. I didn't do one in December because I did my 2015 favourites instead. So this is kind of like a real mixture of what I've been loving over the last couple of months, and there's quite a lot of stuff to get through. Most of my favourites this month, in fact nearly all of them, are makeup. Then I've not got any skincare or hair care, anything like that. I've not really experimented with anything other than makeup this month because it's been so hectic moving house and getting the house ready. For a few days I didn't even wear any makeup, but I've not really done proper skincare routine for so long, and my hair is just being the same thing. The first thing that I want to talk to you about today is something that I took away with me when we went to St. Ives for New Year. And I used it every single day and really liked it. I've had it for quite a while but never really used it properly, and this is the Barry M Chisel Cheeks palette, and it's a contour kit, and inside you get a little demonstration of how to use it and little instructions, and at the top here you get a powder, and then you get a bronzing shade and then a contour shade. This is relatively cheap because obviously it's from Barry M. They're all really buttery and quite pigmented, and they're all really like the perfect colours. The contour colour is like a really nice warm tone brown. It's not too orangey or ashy. It's just a really nice contour shade. The bronze really does work well as a bronzer. It like gives you a nice healthy glow without looking too full on. The powder I don't tend to use as much, but when I have used it in St. Ives I only took this palette with me, so this was the only powder that I had and it worked just as well, and it was really nice. The only thing is that sometimes the two bronzing shades can go into the powder shade, so it kind of changes what was once a translucent powder into a more browny shade of powder, and that's the only hang up with it. And the packaging, it's quite grubby, but it's a really good product, and it's kind of like an all-in-one, and really handy for travelling. So I've been using that every single day. I've used it today to contour slightly and then to add some bronze to the top of my face as well, so I really like this. Next is a concealer that's probably been in a favourites video before because I have used this on and off for a while now, and I had this in my collection, an unopened one, but I haven't used it in ages. I've been using different concealers, and then I thought I'm gonna get it out and take it to St. Ives with me and just start using something a little bit different. And this is the Maybelline Fit Me concealer. I wear the shade 15, and this, I'm so happy that I've started using this again because it's such an amazing concealer. It's really creamy and it reminds me a lot of the NARS creamy concealer, but obviously it's a fraction of the price, and I actually prefer this to the NARS one because I find this a little bit more creamier, and it's just, I don't know, I think it always makes me feel a bit more loyal to a product when it's really good and affordable as well, and I really like this. I use it under my eyes to highlight, as concealer. I use it on spots, I use it on redness. It works really well for all of them, so if you haven't already tried this, it's definitely a great concealer to try. I'll do a couple of eye products next, and the first one is something that I got for Christmas off one of my sisters, and this is the YSL, and I always get the name wrong, I think it's like the Faux Cils Volume Effect mascara. It looks like this. It's like a two-tone packaging. It's beautiful packaging, and I have worn this a couple of times. I used it in a makeup tutorial. The wand is quite big. It's quite a, when you first open it, it looks quite scary, especially because I'm not really used to using mascaras that have such big wands, but it's amazing. Like, the effect that this gives after just one coat is insane. It's so volumizing and lengthening, and it just makes me look like I'm wearing false lashes when I'm not, but in a good way. It doesn't look too over the top or clumpy, and I really like this. I'll link the video below where I'm using a couple of these products in a recent tutorial video, and you can see for yourself what effects it has because it's amazing. This next thing was another present off another sister for Christmas, and this is MAC Club eyeshadow. It looks like this. It's got so many different colours running through it. It's green, bronze, red, blue, purpley, grey. It's beautiful, and I wore this in a recent video, and showed you how I apply it, and since then I've just wanted to wear it all the time. I just think it's the most beautiful eyeshadow, and as every MAC eyeshadow, it goes without saying, it's creamy, they last a really long time, so pigmented, and I really like this. It's become one of my favourite MAC eyeshadows and I've only had it a few weeks. This next product is something that I bought from Sephora online, and it was one of their limited edition Christmas palettes. I do believe there's still some available. This one is the Bling It On palette. I'm not keen on the packaging whatsoever. It's like glittery, but it's not even soft covered glitter. It's really scratchy. I really don't like the packaging. It's just a little bit too blingy for me. And then inside you get a mirror and then 5 blushes, and this is by Tarte, if I didn't mention that, and these are their Amazonian clay blushes, and they are some of my favourite blushes that I've ever used. They're a little bit more on the pricey side, but for more high-end blushes they're definitely one of my favourite formulas. They really do last a long time, and they are just really pretty colours, and they don't just tend to stick to the average shades. They do like lots of different ones, and there are so many different shades to choose from. In this palette you got 5 colours, and this one is Fetching, Dollface, Prim, Smashing and Beaming. And this month I've been using Prim and Fetching the most. I've literally used Prim nearly every single day. Beaming has got a little bit of shimmer in and it's really nice. It reminds me a little bit of NARS Orgasm, but maybe a little bit muted down. I haven't used Smashing or Dollface out of this palette yet. I think at the moment they just look a little bit daunting for this time of year. I prefer the muted down shades. And I really wanted this palette last year. They came out with their limited edition 5 blush palette and I missed out. So when I saw this one, because it's a really good value for money, it's definitely worth keeping your eye out for something like this, because it's great for travelling because you've got so many options, and they're really good blushes to try when they're on offer. So this has definitely been in one of my favourite things this month. The next thing is a lip liner, which I'm actually wearing today, and this is the Rimmel Exaggerate lip liner in number 64, the colour Obsession. It looks like this. It's one of their twist up formulas. It's the same one as East End Snob. It's the same packaging as that. I'm not overly keen on the packaging, because I find that they can crumble quite easily when they're a little bit too warm, and also I find that they don't go on as evenly as I would like. So in some areas, depending on how hard you press, it really does make a lot of difference. You have to be quite careful when you're applying this one. I don't find it with East End Snob, because I think that's quite a light pink, but because this is a bit of a darker shade, you have to work a little bit harder to make it look more even. As with all lip liners, it can be a little bit drying, but it's not too bad. I just really like the colour. I just think it's like the perfect berry lip liner, and it's really cheap. Then a lipstick that I took away with me to St. Ives, and I've literally been wearing it. This has been like my go-to everyday lipstick this month. This is by Topshop, and it's the lipstick in Mink. So this is the packaging, and then it's just a really nudie, pinky, muted down colour. Again, I've used this in a video, so I'll link that below. But it's just a gorgeous colour, and the formula of these, you would not believe that they were from Topshop. They are so affordable for what I just think that the packaging's really nice, and for the actual quality of the lipstick, it's well worth, I think, the £8 that they are. And then the last makeup related item is a lip butter, and I'm not really one to ever wear lip balms, lip butters. My lips never tend to get that dry. I have bought different ones in the past. I've obviously got the Carmex one, but I have different Vaseline ones. I've tried the Nuxe Rev de Mai lip balm, but I never just get into the habit of using them on a regular basis. This month, because we've been doing so much work at the house, because of all the dust and the hard work, and you get thirsty, and my lips are so dry at the moment. They were cracking, and I've never ever experienced anything like it, because I never really have that problem with my lips. And then a couple of weeks ago, I discovered a lip butter that I think I got bought as a present when I left my old job last year, and I've never used it, and I found it in a box, and I thought I could really use this right now, because I just really needed moisture. And this is the Nivea lip butter in Raspberry Rose. It smells incredible. It smells so nice. It reminds me of maybe the strawberry starbursts. It smells so sweet and it's very nourishing on the lips. It's a really nice pale pink colour. It does come out that colour, and at first it can quite look a little bit heavy, but when you pat it in, it provides really nice moisture and does the job, but then it wears off to a really beautiful colour. And I had this on all day the other day. I was just constantly reapplying it, and it got to the end of the day and it made my lips just look a really nice kind of soft pink colour, but really full, and it's got a little bit of a gloss to it, and it's just a really nice product. I think it's kind of like an all-in-one, and it's so handy and petite packaging that it's great for my handbag as well. And I never thought I'd see the day where I put a lip butter in my favourites, but this one literally has been a lifesaver the last few weeks. Okay, just a few random favourites, and the first one, well, it's not really random, but is what I'm wearing on my wrist here. And this was a Christmas present from Tom's mum. You may have seen it in my what I got for Christmas video. I haven't really been able to use a lot of my Christmas presents yet because obviously everything's so chaotic at the moment. Everything's in boxes or just scattered around, but obviously I literally put this on as soon as I opened it on Christmas Day, and I've really been enjoying wearing a watch. And I just think that this one in particular, because it's rose gold and it's mint green, like my favourite things combined. This is the Olivia Burton, I think it's just a small face watch, like a traditional one. I'll link it down below, but I've just been really enjoying wearing this, and I just never thought that I'd pull off watches. I always feel like they make my hands look a little bit, I don't know, manly, but I don't, since I've worn this one, I don't feel that way at all. And it's been so handy having it. I don't ever know how I managed to tell the time without having a watch, like having to get my phone out of my pocket or my bag constantly, and now I can just look at my wrist. So I've been really happy with this, and I've worn it every day where I've not been round at the house getting all grubby and mucky, so I've really loved this one. My next favourite is a TV programme, and this I think may be a little bit controversial because I think you either love it or you hate it, but this month I've been obsessed with Celebrity Big Brother, and I've always loved Big Brother, but if I can't watch it, like if I can't watch every episode, I have tended not to watch the series because I just kind of lose touch with it. And this month I've made it my mission to just catch up, so there've been like 4 or 5 days where I haven't watched it and I'm still watching it on my laptop online. I'm obsessed with it. I can't stop watching it. I just think I didn't think at first that the housemates that went in were overly anything special, but I just think it's the most bizarre TV programme. Like if you like bundling up a whole group of people that don't really know each other to then have to live with each other and then do tasks, and I honestly can't. I just want to watch it all the time, and I know it might sound really sad, but it's just something that it's entertaining and it doesn't take much to watch it, so it's just been really nice to relax to. I really liked it first when they went in. I really liked John and I really liked Gemma. And my opinion on those two have completely changed because I just think that John's really sly, and I think Gemma is just, I think she's trying to play a bit of a game, but it's not really working in her favour. And I think my favourites, I did really like Megan, but I think my favourite at the moment is Scotty T. I just think he's so harmless and hilarious. He's up for a laugh, and I just think he's a really nice guy. So I really like him, and none of the others really do much for me. Chris makes me laugh, but I just find it hilarious, and yeah, that's been one of my favourites. And then the next one is a book, and this is something that I bought because I was reading something different, and then I kept seeing the trailer for this, and it's come out as a film, and I thought I really wanted to read the book before I watched the film. And this is Room by Emma Donoghue, and this is incredible. I'm only about maybe a third of the way through, so I can't really say how good it is when it gets to the end, but so far I can't put it down. I just want to read it all the time, and I think that's how you know that you're really enjoying a book. It's written in such a way that's so inviting, and it's just so well written, and there's not a lot going on, but there is, and it's just, I can't put it down. So I'm excited to finish reading this, and this has been a definite favourite for this month. That is everything that I've got to show you today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I will see you all very soon with my next video. I hope you've all had a really lovely January and it's not been too difficult getting back into the swing of things after the Christmas festive season. I will see you all very soon. Thank you for watching. Bye.